Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Alicia, and for today's video I'm challenging myself to only use my iPad as my sole device for the day.
You are about to do a 30-minute power vinyasa class with me.
So this video is kind of a chill Sunday little vlog. I started off my morning doing some yoga. You can't see in the frame here, but I promise you I was using my iPad to watch the YouTube video.
And then we'll come on back up. From this position, step your right foot outside of your right hand. We're going to draw circles in your hip.
Does anyone else find with like yoga YouTube videos, they always say these like fancy words and I never understand, so I always have to look up and try and see what they're doing. On Sundays I like to do yoga in the morning just because it gets my body moving, and also it's like nothing too intense. Besides in the next clip, actually, when I was watching this video it was like super chill, and then she like pulled out this fancy move.
And you could even imagine that you were gonna hop up and find your squatting position in the air.
What?
Right, so the malasana shape in the air, ribs and belly in.
So that was what you were meant to look like, and then here's my failed attempt.
She held it. My iPad's about to die. So I used my iPad to watch that video, which actually is better than using my phone because the screen's bigger, and also I can like stand it up versus having my phone on the floor. But that is done. What time is it? Let me check my iPad. Okay, so it's 11:20. Yeah, so if you didn't catch already, this video I'm going to be trying to replace my laptop and only use my iPad for the day. I kind of extended that and decided not to use my phone as well for things that I could probably use my iPad for. So let's see how it goes. My iPad's gonna die. It's on 3%. Twin Coast.
Clean, look, some hidden stains feed germs.
Smells awful.
Gonna try this one. 1 cup frozen mango. I'm not gonna measure because can't be bothered.
So I basically followed the recipe on that YouTube video, except I made a few tweaks because I didn't have everything.
Splash. Splash.
Now that you know how my eyes be.
I hear.
After like 100 million different altercations, I finally got my smoothie to start blending properly, and I put it into a little bowl and added some toppings and made myself a little homemade smoothie bowl. I've watched so many smoothie TikTok videos of people doing this. This is like literally making all my dreams come true. Oh, and also my camera died, but I filmed this on my iPad, so added bonus to this challenge.
Still can't get over how pink this is.
Without a license and get arrested.
I took the car for a good reason. Sarah Fisher's cat died.
So now I'm packing my bag because on Sundays or like the weekend I usually like to go outside of the house to do some work. I only had to pack my iPad today, so my backpack was super light. The one I normally go to is just down the road from my house, so we took a little stroll outside and walked there.
Look how cool this is.
$22.
So before I did any work here, I was just sitting here with my mum having some coffee and banana bread. Yum. After about half an hour to an hour, I whipped out my iPad and got on with some work. So this was my Notion to-do list for the entire week, don't worry, not the day. And I had a lecture to finish from that week, so that's what I set myself to do. The app that I was using to do those notes on was GoodNotes 5. So the really cool thing that I only discovered is you can split the screen with the same app. So I had my annotated lecture slides on GoodNotes on one side and then my notebook in GoodNotes on the other side.
And it's for this reason that many have called it a way of escape.
For those of you curious about my iPad setup, I have an 11-inch iPad Pro. It's the 2018 version, and the screen protector I have that I'm writing on is the Paperlike screen protector. If you want to check it out, the link will be in the description, but I've mentioned them a million times on my channel before because I love their product. I find it helps me to write a lot faster and also just makes writing on the iPad more natural because it feels like a notebook. So that's what I'm using here to help me draw my diagrams and annotate my slides and stuff. The headphones that I'm wearing are Bose noise cancelling ones, which are really good for working in outdoor settings, like outside of your house. So in cafes, it blocks out a lot of the noise. I can't remember the model name off the top of my head, but I'll leave the link to the exact one in the description, along with all of the other iPad related things that I'm using. As for my thoughts on writing these lecture notes on my iPad only, the split screen function let me do it pretty well. The only thing that was annoying was having to keep moving the sliding bar because the screen was too small on my slides to view everything. Other than that, this was the finished product. And as you can see, they were pretty much the same as any other notes that I write on my iPad because I was using the same device. The only thing that's different is where I view my slides and the recording. After I finished that, I decided to get some lunch. So here's where I was running into some issues. I was trying to use Zoom on my iPad. I've never used it on any other device besides my laptop before, and clearly you could see because I didn't know how to work the app on my tablet. Zoom on iPad is not ideal. What I'm struggling to do here was I was trying to change my background and then it wasn't letting me access my photos because I don't actually know.
Alicia,
It's a bit extra.
I don't know what's wrong with my Zoom.
you're on mute.
Oh, sorry. So, my day with my iPad only has not gone too bad. I mean, it is a Sunday, so I haven't done any uni work besides those lecture notes that I was writing earlier for one of my physiology lectures. So I don't know how difficult I've made this challenge for myself. So maybe I'll try it on a day where I have live lectures. I'm currently on mid-sem break as well, so I don't have any live classes. But if you want me to try it again on one of those days, I will. Let me know in the comments down below. But for the rest of today, just to get more of an idea of what it's like to use only my iPad and not my laptop, I'm going to do a lecture that I haven't done from last week for one of my subjects. So this one does pre-recorded lectures anyway, so it'd be kind of simulating what I would do for this subject anyway on a regular week. Yeah, so far the only thing I would say is annoying is when I was writing my notes earlier on GoodNotes, you have to split the screen so you can see the slides and then your handwritten notes as well. And it's just annoying because it's like very small display. Usually I would have the slides on my laptop and like the recording on my laptop, and then I'd have the full screen to write my notes, so it's kind of like a notebook size. But obviously because this is 11-inch, splitting the screen in half even more is just really small. I mean, it's not like you can't do it, like you can't write, but it's just a hassle to have to navigate around, which I think has made me take a little bit longer than I normally would. But still functioning notes, so thumbs up there.
Also, does anyone have any tips on how you like properly split the screen? Because I swear I just sit here for like 5 minutes every time trying to like get it to split, but it never works on the first go.
No, this is just because it's not a desktop, but it always says like cannot locate launch, try again, and I'm like so we're gonna try again because oops. Didn't mean to do that. Yeah, it just never loads. Like, you have to launch this every time, which is kind of annoying, but it works. Kind of. What was I up to? So after I finally got my Zoom pre-recording to work on one side of the screen, I went ahead and opened up GoodNotes notebook on the other side so I could write my notes at the same time. And a tip, if you want to sort of elevate your iPad screen and you have like the keyboard protector, if you flip the case around, it kind of acts as a little stand for your hand to rest on. I don't know, I think it's pretty cool.
Similar in cells is used to expel foreign particles which are trapped in the trachea. We have the cells, mucus, to keep it moist, the stem cells which are blood cells.
Guys, I'm so sorry I failed this challenge. I have to use my laptop because my SD card has run out of space and I need to empty it so I can film the rest of this video doing my lecture on my iPad. I don't have an adapter to put the footage on my iPad, so we're gonna have to open up this bad boy. Sorry! While it's downloading, let's go through my Spotify playlist. So this is my new one. This is called Stella, and I found a new love for Role Model.
I broke down
Such vibe.
week.
And Conan Gray. I hope I don't get copyrighted for doing this, but YOLO. This is how I make my playlists. I pick a bunch of random songs, then go to the recommended and just scroll through them for a solid hour.
Oh, okay.
Dirty Air Force Ones. Okay. I thank you. Sorry, no offense. This artist name is Versace. Versace. You're probably like, how do you know that song's good? You keep listening to like 2 seconds of it. Trust me, it doesn't catch me in those 2 seconds. You're not going on my playlist. Cheers.
5, 6, 7, 8.
Okay, so can confirm. You can make Spotify playlists on your iPad. Don't need a laptop for that, but we kind of knew that, didn't we? Back to my lecture. Does anyone else like do this when they don't know what to click? They're like do 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 do, then they click. Nope, just me.
And triangle shapes nuclei were the more mature pseudostratified epithelium arises from. The cells end up at the apical layer.
So my verdict on the pre-recorded lecture, watching the recording and writing your notes at the same time, is that it was kind of similar to the one I was doing earlier with my slides, The only issue I had is you can only split the screen with 2 different things, so I had to go through the slides first and screenshot everything and then go onto my notes because you can't have the slides open as well. Another option you could do is you could flick between the tabs on GoodNotes, but I found that was kind of a hassle, so I just went through the slides first and then had my notebook open instead.
The last thing that I would normally do on my laptop is I'm gonna write my to-do list for tomorrow. Okay, so tomorrow is Monday the 5th of October.
For my daily schedule, I did it on Notion and I was just referring back to my weekly agenda to fill in the gaps of things I hadn't done.
And that's my Notion to-do list for tomorrow. Did my little schedule from 9 till 7. Well, I was working from 9 till 6 and then with a lunch break in between. And that's probably all I'll do.
And that's everything I have for this video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please give it a thumbs up and also subscribe to my channel down below if you want to. And I'll see you in my next video. Bye!